Soft music. Busy restaurant. Laughter. Clinking glasses. Then suddenly, silence. Everyone turns to table 7. A glass of water is on the floor. A young waiter stands there, frozen, his hands shaking. In front of him, a rich girl in a glittery dress is laughing loudly, her phone camera pointed at his face. Mia. Look at his face, guys. He is scared. This is so funny. Do it again, waiter boy. Say sorry like you did. Eli the waiter whispers, I'm sorry, ma'am. It was an accident. Mia rolls her eyes. Mia. Speak louder. We are not deaf. Or are you scared your cheap job will go away? Her friends laugh. Eli's eyes fill with tears. He looks down at his worn-out shoes. In the corner, an old dishwasher stops working for a second and watches. At the reception, the manager looks up, worried. The whole restaurant can feel the tension. If you were in Eli's place, what would you do? It was Saturday night. The restaurant was one of the most expensive in the city. Crystal lights. White tablecloths. Soft music. Rich people in designer clothes sat at every table. Eli moved between them with a tray in his hand. His shirt was clean but old. His shoes were polished but cracked at the sides. He walked carefully. In his pocket, there was a folded photo of his mother and little sister. He worked double shifts to pay their rent. Eli thought, just a few more hours. Then I can go home and buy medicine for mom. At the door, a group entered with loud laughter. Mia walked in first. She wore a silver dress, expensive heels, and a tiny bag that cost more than Eli's whole salary. Behind her were two friends, Grace and Lily, with perfect makeup and shiny jewelry. The host bowed. Host, welcome, ma'am. Do you have a reservation? Mia, obviously. Under the name Mia Kane. My dad is a VIP here. The host smiled nervously and led them to table 7. The best table. Near the big window. City lights visible behind them. Mia sat like a queen. Mia, this place is nice, but the staff look basic. Grace giggled. Grace, let's see how they treat Princess Mia tonight. The manager, Mr. Carter, watched from the side. He saw Eli walking toward table 7 with water and menus. Mr. Carter thought, Eli is quiet, but he is kind. Please God, no problem with these girls tonight. Eli reached their table. Eli, good evening, ma'am. Here is your water. Here are the menus. My name is Eli. I'll be your... Before he could finish, another waiter brushed past him. The tray in Eli's hand shook. A glass slipped. Water splashed near Mia's feet, and a few drops hit her dress. The whole table gasped. Everyone turned to look. Mia shot up from her chair. Mia, are you serious? Do you know how much this dress costs? Eli's heart dropped. Eli, I am so sorry, ma'am. It was my mistake. His hands trembled. His voice was soft. He took out a napkin and bent down to clean near her heels. Mia pulled her feet away like he was dirt. Mia, don't touch me. Just look at you. Old shoes, cheap shirt. Of course you can't even carry water. Her friends laughed. Lily, maybe he's new. Or maybe he's just dumb. Eli's ears burned. People at the next table watched, whispering. Eli felt small. Like he was not a person. Just a shadow. Eli, please ma'am. I am really sorry. I will clean it. I will bring another glass. Mia smirked and pulled out her phone. Mia, say it again. Say I'm sorry like you did. I want to show my friends how these waiter boys beg when they make a mistake. She hit record. The red light on her screen flashed in his face. Eli's throat felt dry. He said again quietly, I'm sorry, ma'am. Mia, louder. Eli, I'm sorry, ma'am. Mia laughed. Mia, guys, look at this. He is shaking like a leaf. This will be the best story on my Instagram. She turned the camera to her friends. They posed and laughed like it was a joke. In the corner, the old dishwasher, Uncle Rahim, clenched his jaw. He whispered, Ya Allah, give this boy patience. Mr. Carter, the manager, watched, angry now. He started walking toward table 7. The camera was still recording. The whole restaurant was silent. Mia was busy laughing. She did not know. CCTV cameras were also watching her. And the owner of the restaurant was on his way. The scene at table 7 was just the beginning. Mr. Carter reached the table. Mr. Carter, good evening, ma'am. I'm the manager here. Is there any problem? Mia turned to him like she owned the place. Mia, yes, there is a problem. Your waiter spilled water on my dress. This is a designer piece. It's limited edition. Do you even know what that means? Mr. Carter looked at Eli. Eli stared at the floor, holding the empty tray like a shield. Mr. Carter, I'm very sorry, ma'am. It was an accident. We will clean it, And if you wish, the restaurant can cover the dry cleaning. Mia scoffed. Mia, dry cleaning? Do you think I care about that? I care that you hire people who don't even know how to walk. She pointed her phone at Eli again. Mia, he should be fired. Right now. In front of me. Eli's heart stopped. Fired? Tonight? What about his mother's medicine? His sister's school fees? His hands shook harder. Mr. Carter, shocked, replied, Ma'am, please. There's no need for that. He is a good worker. It was just. Mia cut him off. Mia, if you don't fire him, I'll post this video. I have thousands of followers. Trust me, this will go viral. Fancy restaurant hires clumsy, useless staff. Let's see how your business likes that. Her friends laughed again. Grace, do it, Mia. That will teach them. The people at nearby tables looked uncomfortable. One woman whispered to her husband, Poor boy. He's just doing his job. Mr. Carter felt his blood boil. But before he could answer, the main door opened. A man in a dark suit walked in. Strong face. Calm eyes. It was Daniel, the real owner of the restaurant. And behind him was Mia's father. Mr. Kane. Rich businessman. Always busy. Rarely kind. Mr. Carter straightened his jacket. Mr. Carter, sir, welcome. Daniel nodded. Daniel, evening, Carter. I got your message. Where is he? He looked around the restaurant. Mia saw her father and waved. Mia, Dad. Over here. Mr. Kane walked over, distracted, scrolling on his phone. Mr. Kane, Mia, stop calling me like a child. I'm here because Daniel invited me. He looked up and saw the scene. The waiter. The spilled water. The phone in Mia's hand. The silent room. Mr. Kane frowned. Mr. Kane, what's going on? Before Mia could act innocent, Daniel spoke. Daniel, that's what I would like to know too. His eyes rested on Eli. Daniel's face softened for a second, then turned serious again. Daniel, Carter, what happened? Mr. Carter looked at Eli, then at Daniel. Mr. Carter, sir, there was a small accident. A glass slipped. Some water fell. The guest is upset and wants the waiter fired. She also threatened to post a video online. Daniel's eyes narrowed slightly. He turned to Mia. Daniel, is that true? Mia tossed her hair. Mia, I am the victim here. Your waiter ruined my dress. And he is clearly not trained. I was just having a little fun. She flashed her phone. Mia, just a joke video, you know? These poor workers should learn to be more careful. The word poor hung in the air like poison. Eli felt it stab deeper than any insult. Daniel stayed silent for a moment. Then he said softly, Carter, can we go to the office? I want to see the CCTV from the last 10 minutes. And, bring the guest's phone video too. Mr. Kane, please join us. Mia blinked. Mia, why CCTV? I already told you what happened. Daniel gave her a small, cold smile. Daniel, I like to see things with my own eyes. He turned and walked toward the back. Mr. Carter gently touched Eli's shoulder. Mr. Carter, come with us, Eli. Eli followed, heart pounding. In the office upstairs, the small room was filled with screens. CCTV cameras showed every corner of the restaurant. Daniel sat in the chair. Mr. Kane stood behind him. Mia leaned on the desk with her arms crossed. She looked annoyed, not scared. Eli stood near the door, next to Mr. Carter. His hands were still shaking. Daniel, play it. The security man rewound the footage. They watched the moment the other waiter bumped Eli. They saw the glass slip. They saw Eli's face when the water fell. They saw Mia's reaction. Her shout. Her insults. Her phone recording. Her laughing while Eli apologized again and again. The room was silent except for her recorded voice. Mia's voice from the video. Do it again. Say sorry. Louder. I want to post this. People like you should beg for their jobs. Eli closed his eyes. He didn't want to hear it again. When the video ended, nobody spoke for a few seconds. Mr. Kane's face turned red. Mr. Kane, Mia, what is this? Mia swallowed. Mia, Dad, I was just joking. Everyone does this online. It's just content. People like this boy don't mind. It's normal. Daniel looked at her clearly. Daniel, people like this boy? His voice was calm, but it felt heavy. He turned his chair slowly to face her. Daniel, do you know who this boy is? Mia frowned. Mia, a waiter. That's all. Daniel stared at her for a long moment. Then he said, each word clear and sharp. Eli is not just a waiter. He is my younger brother. And he owns half of this restaurant. The air left the room. Mia's mouth fell open. Mr. Kane froze. Eli's eyes went wide. He looked more shocked than anyone. Eli, sir. I don't. Daniel smiled at him softly. Daniel, you thought you were just working for me, Eli. But Mom's lawyer called this afternoon. Her shares are now in your name. This place is also yours. Eli looked like the ground moved under his feet. Mia's legs felt weak. Her phone almost slipped from her hand. She had just called the co-owner of the restaurant poor, dumb, and treated him like garbage. And now, her father looked at her with disgust. Daniel stood up. He walked closer to Mia. Daniel, tell me, Mia, should we fire the waiter? Or the girl who enjoyed making him beg? The question hung in the air. Mia's throat went dry. For the first time that night, she felt real fear. This was the karma she never expected. Mia tried to laugh, but her voice cracked. Mia, it was just a joke. I didn't know he was your brother. Daniel's face hardened. Daniel, so if he was poor it was okay to humiliate him? Mia's words died. He had said what she was really thinking. There was no way to hide now. Mr. Kane stepped forward, embarrassed. Mr. Kane, Daniel, please. She is young. She makes mistakes. Let's forget this. We came here to talk business, right? Daniel looked at him calmly. Daniel, yes. I wanted to talk about our business partnership. About the new hotel project. But now. He glanced at the screen again. The video was still paused on Mia's laughing face. Daniel, I am not sure I can trust a family that laughs at my staff. Or at my own brother. Mr. Kane's smile vanished. Mr. Kane, you can't be serious. This is over a glass of water. Daniel shook his head. Daniel, no. This is about respect. I built this place from nothing with my mother. We know what hunger feels like. What humiliation feels like. I will never let anyone treat my people this way. Not for money. Not for content. Not for anything. He turned to Eli. Daniel, do you want to continue working tonight? Eli hesitated. Eli, I can work, sir. I need the money. Daniel's eyes softened. Daniel, you don't have to beg for money anymore, Eli. This is your place too. Eli blinked. Tears filled his eyes. His hand still shook, but now from shock, not fear. Mia stood there, feeling smaller and smaller. She remembered the moment she made him say sorry again and again. Now she felt like the one who should be kneeling. Daniel looked back at Mia and Mr. Kane. Daniel, Mr. Kane, the partnership is cancelled. I will send the papers tomorrow. As for you, Mia. He looked straight into her eyes. Daniel, you are banned from this restaurant. Not because you stained the floor. But because you stained a human heart. Mia's eyes filled with tears. Mia, please, don't do this. People will ask why. My friends will talk. I'll be embarrassed. Daniel's voice was cold. Daniel, embarrassed? That is what you were not afraid to cause him. Maybe now you will feel what he felt. He walked to the door. Mr. Kane grabbed his arm. Mr. Kane, Daniel, think about the money. Think about your business. Daniel gently removed his hand. Daniel, I am thinking about something more important than money. I am thinking about my mother. About the values she taught us. We were poor, but we never laughed at someone's pain. He opened the door. Daniel, Carter, please see them out. Mia couldn't move. Her knees felt weak. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She looked at Eli. He stood there, still in his old shirt and cracked shoes. But now, he did not look small. He looked like someone who had value. Someone with dignity. Someone she had crushed for fun. Mia, Eli. I'm sorry. Her voice broke. Eli looked at her with tired eyes. Eli, are you sorry because of what you did? Or because of what you lost? The words hit her harder than any slap. She opened her mouth. Closed it again. For the first time in her rich, easy life, she had no answer. Mia covered her face and cried. Mr. Kane grabbed her arm and led her out of the office. Mr. Kane, angry and ashamed, hissed, "You have no idea what you just cost us." The door closed behind them. Silence. Eli stood there, shaking. Daniel walked back to him. Daniel, softer now. I'm sorry you had to go through that, little brother. Eli whispering, I didn't know about the shares. I thought I was just a worker. Daniel smiled. Daniel, there is no just a worker here. From the dishwasher to the manager, all are important. All deserve respect. Uncle Rahim suddenly appeared at the door, wiping his hands on his apron. Uncle Rahim, sir, we all saw what happened. This boy has a clean heart. He never complains. He sends half his pay to his mother. We are happy for him. He put a hand on Eli's shoulder. Uncle Rahim, your mother will be proud today. Tears finally rolled down Eli's cheeks. He covered his face and sobbed quietly. Not from shame this time. From relief. From feeling seen, Daniel gave him time. Then he said, "Come. Let's go down. Not as just a waiter, but as co-owner. We will all eat together after closing." Eli nodded slowly. As they walked back to the main floor, some customers clapped softly. They had seen part of what happened. They smiled at Eli with new respect. A little girl at one table waved. "Girl, Mr. Waiter, are you okay?" Eli smiled through his tears. "Eli, yes. I'm okay." Later that night, after the restaurant closed, the staff sat together with simple food on one big table. They laughed, shared stories, and for the first time, Eli sat at the head of the table with Daniel. Not because of money, but because he had endured pain with patience. Mia sat alone in her room, her phone in her hand. The video of Eli was still there, but she could not post it. She watched herself laughing, mocking, making him beg. She hated that version of herself. She had lost more than a business deal. She had lost respect. First from Daniel, then from her own father, and now from herself. She opened her camera again, but this time, she recorded a different video. "Mia, speaking to the camera, I want to say something. Last week, I did something horrible. I laughed at a waiter and tried to make him beg. I thought it was funny. I thought poor people didn't feel pain like us. I was wrong. Very wrong." Her eyes filled with tears. "Mia, I hurt someone who was kind. And I found out he was not just a waiter, but a co-owner of the restaurant. But that is not why I was wrong. I was wrong because, even if he was poor, I had no right to treat him like that. No one does." She posted it. Her followers were shocked. Some were angry. Some respected her honesty. But for the first time, Mia did not care about likes. She cared about being a better person. She started volunteering at a shelter her father's company supported. She served food to people who wore old clothes, just like Eli. At first, they looked at her rich clothes with doubt. But slowly, she learned to listen. To serve with respect. To say, please and thank you. Every time she handed a plate, she remembered Eli's shaking hands. And she whispered inside, "I'm sorry. People in fancy clothes are not always better. People in uniforms are not nobody." That night, Mia lost a business deal and her VIP seat. Eli gained respect, family, and a better life. But the real karma was this. The girl who laughed at a waiter now spends her time serving people she once thought were below her. All because the truth was exposed. If you were in Eli's place, how would you feel? And if you ever see someone treat a worker badly, will you stay silent, or will you stand up? Remember, money shows what you can buy. But how you treat people shows who you really are.